All right, Mr. Sundberg, thanks so much for coming down to Has-Beens today.
Thanks for having me.
Sure thing. Please let us know, folks at home and on the internet, what do you feel you're running for a 5th District to accomplish, get on the Board of Supervisors there, and what accomplishments can you point to in the community that'll help you get that done?
Well, I think that the main thing is to try and get more jobs in Humboldt County. That's my main focus. And also, I've got pretty deep roots in the 5th District. My family's been here forever, and I've lived in McKinleyville my entire life. And so I think I'm the right person to bring the different communities together and get their voices heard, get them up to the Board of Supervisors, and get things done for the 5th District.
And what do you think you've been able to do so far since you've been a lifelong community member? I understand you're part of the Trinidad Rancheria Tribal Council.
Yeah, I've been on the Trinidad Rancheria for the last 14 years, and we've done a variety of projects that have to do with the state and federal levels, weaving through the bureaucracies from them. We just finished a $1.2 million road project right in front of the casino on Scenic Drive, and that was funded through stimulus money and the state of California. We also are in the middle of doing a project down at the Seascape property. We're putting in public restrooms down there, and we're also rebuilding the pier, and that's funded through Clean Beaches grant and also ARA funding, the stimulus money funding. And so I have quite a bit of experience getting, having staff get grants, administering the grants, and getting our projects finished, and doing a good enough job accounting for them so we get grants in the future. So that's the key parts of it. I'm also on the Mad River Rotary in McKinleyville, and through the Rotary I've been able to do a lot of projects for McKinleyville and Trinidad and Philbrook areas. We put greenhouses at McKinleyville High School and also Douse Prairie. We helped build the sheriff's substation. We helped expand the library and build an original library. We also do dictionaries for all the 3rd graders in McKinleyville, Trinidad, Oric, Philbrook. So we do scholarships. We put the bleachers in down at Pearson Park. We've done a lot of projects. So put scoreboards in at the McKinleyville High School. That was a good one that we did last year. Helped remodel the senior center. So it's been exciting being part of those projects and actually making a difference in our community. When I first started my career selling insurance, I wanted to find a way to give back.
Okay, so you mentioned getting that sheriff's substation built up. Public safety does seem to be a concern, especially in the more rural outlying areas of the 5th District. Quite an expansive piece of territory up covering all northern Humboldt County. What would you feel your priorities are as far as enhancing public safety for the folks in northern Humboldt?
Yeah, I mean, right now it comes down to budget issues for the county, and the budget's super tight. It's great that they have made it a priority to have that substation be manned 24 hours, and we have a constant presence in McKinleyville. But I think what needs to happen is, with the budgets being as tight as they are, is we need to partner with tribes, especially. Tribes get grants to have police forces, fire forces. So if we get us to partner together, the county and the tribes and other agencies, we can get more done for less money. So I think that is the direction that we need to go, because there is a problem with not enough coverage out in the rural areas. I've spent a lot of time out in New Orleans and Fuqua and Willow Creek and Oric. They don't have 24-hour service out there. They don't have. If they get a call and there's no sheriff out there, they have to come all the way over from on the coast all the way over to Willow Creek, and it's going to take them 40 minutes to get over there, and it's not acceptable. So we do need to make it a priority to try and work together, get these agencies to work together to get more services out there, and it needs to happen.
On the flip side of public safety, of course, getting more support for local law enforcement is accountability for law enforcement. County Board of Supervisors, a very close vote, 3-2, with the current 5th District Supervisor, one of those two against it, voted to create a law enforcement committee to review the policies, practices, procedures of the Sheriff's Departments, invited the other local governments to participate if they want to for their police departments. Do you see that as a good move, getting police review going in Humboldt County? What would you want to do about that?
The concept is great. Does the police need to be reviewed, and do they need to be held accountable to the public for things when they go wrong? Sure. But there also needs to have, you need to have a funding source for anything that you come up with. If you want to have a review board, you gotta figure out how you're going to pay for it first. A pay-go system. And so that project in particular has no funding source, and they haven't nailed down how much it's going to exactly cost either. So those kinds of things, they need to be looked at very carefully, and they need to figure out those answers before they put those into place. So I think that's something that I would look at. Do they need one? Yes, they do. Does the community want one? I think the community wants one. So we need to find a way to pay for it and how much it's going to cost first.
As far as costs, one thing the county spent quite a bit of money on is a redevelopment agency that they ended up disbanding after spending, I think, around $100,000 on it. Do you think that was a big mistake, trying to set up a Humboldt County-wide redevelopment agency? What did you think of that decision by the board?
Yeah, that's when the budget gets tough, they got to keep the core services together and have a priority list. So those are one of the things that they have to get rid of first. And I think I'd agree with that. There's a lot of things that you would like to have, and then there's the core services, and you have to make sure those core services are taken care of. You have to make sure your community's safe. You have to make sure there's water that's clean and reliable. You have to make sure that, especially the police force, having 24-hour coverage. I think that's a necessity out in the rural areas. Those people deserve that.